G'day everyone, I am AzureBlaze and welcome back to another video of sorts, I guess. This video isn't very planned, as you can probably be told by my lackluster intro, I guess. Basically, I haven't had that much time, well, not necessarily that, I haven't been able to come up with an idea in time for this video, sort of, to go out, and I don't know, I'm busy with placement and all that sort of thing anyway. Therefore, yeah, I thought I'd sort of get on and talk about some games, and specific Breath of the Wild and Age of the Calamity, mainly before like Tears of the Kingdom comes out and everything like that. Yeah, I guess this could be considered sort of me sharing my thoughts on the games. However, at the same time, I don't really have, I don't know, because it's not structured or anything like that. Therefore, I don't know, I've got some notes that I'll get to talk about and all that sort of thing. Apart from that though, like, I don't know, it's sort of me rambling. If no one really wants to listen to that, they don't have to. I guess to get started with Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild is an amazing game, in my opinion. I got it back, I think it was a few days or around a couple of weeks or something after its launch. I got it on the Wii U initially, and since then I have finished the game twice. Once in normal mode, before Master Mode was even a thing, and once in Master Mode on my Switch once I got it that way. And yeah, no, I really enjoy the game. It does a lot of things for me that I can't find myself doing in other games, if that makes sense. Like, even other Zelda games, I have a lot of trouble with other Zelda games. If I don't stick with it consistently, I get back to it and I have no clue what is going on, and it is a problem. It's a fairly big problem. However, I don't know, there's not much I can do in that sort of situation. I tend to get bored and then I never finish them. Breath of the Wild was sort of different to that, because I guess because of how it's structured and everything like that, I could leave it for a little bit, come back and keep on playing. Like, there was such a fun thing about sort of moving around the world and doing all these little things that it never really bothered me to sort of leave it for a little while I was either doing something else and such. However, yeah, no, I like that aspect of it. And then if I did want to do some sort of like main mission, I can go look at my little quest log and go straight away and do it. Like, it was a lot easier than a lot of other things. Sort of in saying that though, the Master Mode experience for me was a little bit different, because that was after all the DLC and everything like that, and I was like, oh, I want to go get the Master Cycle and the enhanced Master Sword. You're doing the two DLC sort of things, and I've sort of determined that I am not good enough. I have tried and tried and tried. I can't even get past the first floors in the Master Sword Trials, and I can't take down the monk at the end of the way to get the Master Cycle on the Champion's Ballad. I can't do it, and I'm pretty sure, like, I feel like if I spent enough time on it, sitting there and playing it over and over and over again, I could do that. Hopefully, I would imagine I could. I've been playing games for a long time, and however, I don't have the time for that sort of thing. Like, every time I have to restart, it's sort of like, oh, that was a waste of my time. I don't have the patience is the biggest thing, I think. I've never really been the most patient person. It's why I have a lot of trouble playing turn-based RPGs, for example. I don't know, I'm not patient about it. And, yeah, and because of that, I guess I've sort of, I don't like sort of giving up on things in games. Like, a lot of the time I'll push through anyway, even if I am sort of starting to get a little bit frustrated with it. However, with this sort of thing, I think, I don't know, I'm going to have to give up on it. Like, I was planning on hopefully getting it all done by Tears of the Kingdom's release. I don't think it's going to happen. Anyway, it's, yeah. And for people who can do it, good. That's good. I like that. I'm happy you guys are able to do it. Yeah, no. Otherwise, though, Breath of the Wild it sort of got me into that slower open world thing that like games have been trying to copy, I guess, since Halo Infinite comes to example. Sonic Frontiers. I know that's more of like a zone-based type thing. However, the running around aspect is what I like, and I like that in both those games as well. Specifically when it comes to Halo Infinite, actually I hope Tears of the Kingdom even learns a little bit from Halo Infinite, where Breath of the Wild didn't have stuff like Breath of the Wild. It is like sort of truly open. The only sort of linear sections are the shrines, and they're really small and compact and all that sort of thing. I would sort of hope that in Tears of the Kingdom, whilst not compromising the open world itself, having some like linear mission-based sections with like big highlighted moments in them, similar to back with Halo Infinite. You'd go down into a cave, and then there's this really long linear like forerunner structure. Not saying that Halo Infinite did the best, however. I think Halo Infinite could improve on a lot of areas of that sort of thing, especially on spectacle areas. There's like no huge thing that goes on while you're in there. However, there's this sort of linear area that plays like a normal, more structured mission, I guess, and that could come down to dungeons. Like more dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom, I guess, actual dungeons in Tears of the Kingdom, I guess. Breath of the Wild didn't. It had like the Divine Beast, which was like the closest thing, and the shrines, which are like tiny dungeons. That's about it though. Yeah, more things like that I think would go a long way for people who want to sort of beeline through the game instead of exploring everything like that, because there's that definite thing there. Like even myself, I do like the open world aspect of it now type thing. However, it makes it harder to replay, where I know this is sort of going on a tangent of Halo Infinite. However, like older Halo games, I have replayed them several times, different difficulties, legendary, da 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 da. Halo Infinite, I think I'm gonna find myself not replaying as much. I'm currently in another replay. However, I don't think I'll find myself replaying it as much, because going through the linear missions isn't as exciting as in previous games. There's no big spectacle moments or anything like that. It's basic. Walk through a corridor, take out your enemies and everything like that, which I find fun, because the gameplay loop of Halo is generally fun in my opinion. However, yeah, it's not as exciting as the previous games, and that sort of thing, like replaying these sort of games specifically for that sort of reason, like trying to get through them as quick as I can, like I have with CE and all that sort of thing, it doesn't work the same. Like I can do it, I can beeline it, however I don't, I guess, have as much fun doing it. I probably wouldn't have as much fun doing it. I should probably rephrase that. But back over to Breath of the Wild, however, I think it's the same sort of thing. Like, say I want to replay the game, like blast through all the main areas, go straight to the boss. In Breath of the Wild, I know you can go straight to the boss at the start anyway, and that's sort of a beelining type thing. However, like, I like to have the content and everything like that, and you can do that in Breath of the Wild still. However, there's still always that open world looming over the top, and some more things to do in a linear way, I think, would probably be better in a sequel. However, if they kept it the same, I'm not complaining either, because I really enjoyed it. It's sort of like a mixed thing for me. And then things like, yeah, weapon durability. I can't speak. Durability. I was never too unhappy with the weapon durability stuff. Like, I didn't mind it. I know someone in my family, they actually prefer it. Yeah, I'm neither here nor there on it, I guess. The only thing I sort of hope for is that Tears of the Kingdom makes, I guess, with the fuse mechanic, that actually will happen, I guess. However, it makes it a little bit more, I guess, harder to break things. I feel like in Breath of the Wild it was too easy to break things, and I found myself constantly more running out of weapons rather than experimenting with weapons, or I'd stock up on like a specific type of weapon because that's all I had in the area, and then I was stuck with all these two-handed weapons. it's a big thing. However, otherwise I never minded weapon durability, and by what I can see, at least with the fuse mechanic in Tears of the Kingdom, it looks like they've gone a long way to sort of playing with all that sort of thing. And yeah, other than that, however, yeah, Breath of the Wild, I like Breath of the Wild. The amount of hours I've spent on both the Wii U version and the Switch version sort of exploring, doing different things, playing around with different things. It's one of the reasons I can't wait for Tears of the Kingdom a lot. Like, I've even pre-ordered the Switch for it because I really like the look of the Switch for it. Means I can't buy things like Metro Prime Remaster or Minecraft Legends because I don't have the money to at the moment because I'm saving for this Switch. Oh well, it's alright. I don't think I'll do that many videos on the channel for Tears of the Kingdom, however. It's not something, yeah, I don't know, it's more one of those personal games for me. It's sort of like Sonic Frontiers. There'll probably definitely be quick clips on it, and I might even have like impressions videos, like my first thoughts, the 1 week later, a month later type thing, like I tend to do, or like I've done before at least. Yeah, and hopefully that is great. However, I think I might start talking about Age of Calamity. This sort of like trilogy of games that's going to probably be ending with Tears of the Kingdom, or it might be going on further and further. There might be like a plot point at the end of Tears of the Kingdom where it can lead to a new game after that. However, like Age of Calamity, I haven't finished Age of Calamity or anything like that. I've actually been playing it now. I want to get it done before Tears of the Kingdom. That is where I'm sort of at. However, yeah, I didn't play it that much when it came out. I got the game relatively early when it came out. I actually got it for Christmas the year it came out from a friend of mine because I really wanted it, and they knew that. And I really wanted to play it. I played it like a mission or two, and then I didn't play it anymore. And I don't know why. I don't know if it was because I was busy or what it was, or like I had other games. You know, I stopped playing it. I don't know why I stopped playing it. I've gone back now. I really enjoy it because I personally prefer this type of fast-paced action game in like opposition to the slower paced stuff. Like, I do like Breath of the Wild, however I'm much more of a fast-paced action game, Scarlet Nexus, all that sort of thing. And Age of Calamity is definitely sort of in that sort of category, although it's a little bit more loosey, I guess, because like every one of your moves is basically overpowered. However, I don't know, it's fun. Like with Age of Calamity specifically, however, when it comes to its combat, I guess I tend to like how it's a mix of Breath of the Wild and the typical Warriors style gameplay, I guess. I haven't played that many Warriors games. In saying that I like the action combat type games, I haven't played that many Warriors games. Yeah, I guess probably the other one is the first Hyrule Warriors. Have I played? I think I may have played a little bit of Dynasty Warriors, like a demo of it on the Vita or something. Other than that, however, like, yeah, therefore I didn't know really what to expect, I guess, when going into Hyrule Warriors. However, yeah, I like how there's like a good mix of how Breath of the Wild's combat works mixed with this action combat style of the Warriors games. I think it works perfectly. I really like this combat, and it's really fun to play. Like, the combos are easy to learn. Either XXXX or YYYY, XYXY type thing. Yeah, I really like that. And I think even the story for Age of Calamity has a lot of character compared to even Breath of the Wild. Like, Breath of the Wild, I know its story is a little bit one of its criticisms type thing. And even me sort of thing. I do like my story, however I can go about it as well. It never bothered me that much, however I would like a little bit more story usually. And with Age of Calamity, I am really enjoying all the little character moments, specifically with Link. Like, how they make Link out to be this, like, sort of goofball at times. Although, like, like, removing his, like, prowess or his, like, skill or anything like that. Like, the specific example that comes to mind would be when you're with Daruk and you've just finished taking up the what's it called? Getting back to Rudania? Is that the divine beast from there? I don't know. And he's talking to them all, and he's like, "Oh, you guys must be hungry," and he gives Link this like molten rock type thing on a stick. And it's like, "Oh, why don't you dig in?" And Link's like, "Oh, okay." It starts eating molten rock on a stick. And I don't know why, that was the best part for me. And like little things like that, like whenever you use when you use a dual-handed weapon type thing, Link's like special ability move is eating something, patting his stomach, and then going in and attacking people with his big sword. I think it's funny. I don't know. I honestly, I think that type of thing is great. Overall, if I were to say which do I prefer, I think they are different enough games that I can't really compare them like that type of thing. Like Age of Calamity is much more fast-paced. It's a very different style of gameplay, whilst keeping a lot of elements from Breath of the Wild, admittedly. Yeah, no, I do like Age of Calamity a fair bit, and yeah, I'm sort of excited to see if Tears of the Kingdom is going to take anything from Age of Calamity as such, like being able to block with dual-handed weapons, which I think is great in Age of Calamity. I doubt it's going to take anything, however, that'd be pretty neat. As for Tears of the Kingdom though, I guess sort of my last topic is I'm very excited for it, especially for the Ultra Hand mechanic. Like, building things is a huge thing for me. Like, I do like Minecraft a lot. I play Minecraft almost every single day. I've been playing on the same world since 2014. I think back on the Xbox 360 type thing, and yeah, I really like that sort of thing. Although I do have a little bit of a worry about Ultra Hand, and that's specifically like, I noticed in the gameplay reveal trailer, when he got to the puzzle that he had to cross the river type thing, all the pieces for the boat were right next to him. And that kind of worries me that every puzzle, or at least most puzzles for the Ultra Hand, you're going to get to a place, go, I can't do something here. Look around, and then every piece for what you need is right next to you. And that kind of worries me. I'd prefer the more scavenging way of doing things, or say, little pieces at least go into your inventory and then you can pop them out and then you can use them on things. I think with the cores you might be able to do that with. I think that might extend the battery life. That's a theory though. It's like, I don't know if that's going to actually be a thing. However, like, yeah, I don't know. That kind of worries me a little bit. I'm hoping that's not too prevalent, because to walk up to an area and go, this looks like a puzzle, how am I going to do this? And then turn around and everything's there and it's like, that's how I do this. Like, even if there's a little bit of creativity in how to build things, all the pieces are there, which is sort of a limiting factor as well in its own right, because they're sort of suggesting you build it out of that sort of thing. Hopefully that's not really the case, and it was more for the gameplay reveal to sort of show what was going on. And like, you can Ultra Hand other things and guess, and have all that sort of stuff going. And then fuse things. Fusing is great, I can't wait for that. Yeah, basically, I think to sort of end up the video, I'm hoping Tears of the Kingdom can live up to what it has presented. I think it can, personally, and I think they've spent enough time on it and they seem confident enough in it that it can. Yeah, hopefully though. Yeah, I'm quite excited for Tears of the Kingdom, and I cannot wait for it to come out next month. At the same time, I can't wait for it because I got a lot of other things to finish first. Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I know it's not my typical video type thing, it's a little bit iffy, and if people didn't watch it, it's completely fine. Yeah, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I shall be back in the next one. Cheers everyone.